Sunrise. Another new series here today. We have Kerbol Space Program, which is a tongue-in-cheek, in a few different ways, sandbox game about building suitable spacecraft to go into space, as well as a few other things. Now I'm playing this with a trio of plugins. The first and the most obvious, as you can see from Kerbol in the background there, is that I'm playing with the Keyphane pack, which adds a mineable resource called Keyphane to a number of the bodies in the Kerbol system, which you can mine, and you can then use for fuel, which is very good for our purposes, as I shall explain in a moment. The next one I'm using is Remote Tech, which allows us to remotely control things, and it also demands that we set up a actual remote network, a relay network, a radio network, satellite network, whatever you want to call it, in order to control certain things that are far away. And the third one I've added is Chatterer, which is a fairly small one, and it just kind of adds little radio voices and chatter going on in the background, which I kind of like. It's nice and atmospheric, so I added it. So our goal with this particular series is to set up a system in the Kerbol system such that any ship that can get to orbit of whatever planet can then go to any other part of the Kerbol system. Ideally, a small, relatively compact and light ship, in this particular case, and a special attention for having a minimal of debris. Kessler and anti-Kessler syndrome is what we're looking for here. So let's resume. I haven't really done much, as you can see that was just 19 minutes in there. I have year 1, day 1. So here we are at the Space Center, and we're mostly looking at space planes, because you have your rockets, which can take off and go really far and really powerfully, but you also generally need to have them land facing straight up, which is a bit of a problem, so I started working on space planes. And the first one I started using was this one, the Ares 3A, but yeah, that didn't turn out too well, especially when Kerbol Space Center crashes. One moment. Okay, sorry about that. I get a few crashes on this game. I don't quite know why. So from the Ares 3A, which was a stock one, I then moved up to the Ares 4A, which was a lot more successful in flight, except that I then got everyone killed. So, safety review in procedure, I then started building this, the Ares 4C, which is a drone version, which means no crew required. So let's give this thing a shot. I've been through Kerbol 10 debris. Yeah, I've done a bit of testing. I haven't really followed any tutorials for this, and you'll probably note that, yeah, there we go, out of contact. That is because of the control system. Okay, but I believe, no, we actually need a person on board to do this. That's gonna be interesting. Oop. Can I tell this to do anything? Nope, I apparently can't. Local control. Out of contact. List of comsats. Ares 4C, landing on Kerbol. That's interesting. So apparently, even when we're that far away from Kerbol Space Center, we can't actually do anything. Okay, well let's get back to our space hangar. Space plane hangar. And let's give this thing something it can use to talk to our guys. Let's see, where are we going to find that? Science? Yep, that would be it. Okay, so Remote Tech is what we use for all of this. Remote Satellite Probodyne, Megadis Jr. I cannot even read that. JDR Interplanetary Communications and Beach Towel Division, Small Lightweight Microsatellite, no. RC Antenna, Pods, will it be in here? Remote Tech, Remote Pad, Interplanetary Communications and Beach Towel Division, refurbished, reinstated, and crowbarred full of Remote Tech gizmos, the good old Mark 1 point that made a glorious return into service. No. IntelliStruts, Remote Control Mark 2, Central Command Processor, Remote Command Mark 2, Remote Control, Remote Command. Okay, so let's detach that, and from there let us attach the Mark II, we can. Whoa, that's way too big. Okay, let's go with this one. If we can. Yes, that's much better. Okay, and let's move these back into place there. Right, save that, and let's see if we can launch it. Or we're going to need an antenna. Nope, we're going to need an antenna. Okay, Trial and Error is the name of the game when you're playing Kerbal Space Program. So, not a problem, we'll just keep going. What we're trying to develop here is a space plane that can get to orbit. Once we've got one that can go to orbit, we can start building space stations, and from there we can start building leapfrog methods over to the other places. So we need to give this thing... there's all the key and stuff. There's the chatterer. Stimulate radio chatter between mission control and ground crew. Yep, very nice. And let's see... We want science, so that we can give these things actual, like, radars. So, 50... Nope, 5... Woohoo! Macro dish. Where can we put this on? What's the range on this one? Range 50 GM. I'm not sure what that means. Super complicated, massively overpriced, high-tech tracking dish. What a genius way to consume mass amounts of power. Better bring your solar panels. And how much does that require? 1 a minute. Interplanetary class satellite dish. Okay, so let's grab one of those. That is a big one. And it's probably going to fall off if I put it there. Wouldn't look too bad on the top and on the side here. Okay, let's get it away from the intakes a bit. There. Nothing could go wrong. Now, this small, lightweight microsatellite sports a small engine for orbit. Oh, I see. That's a satellite, basically. I see. Right. Okay, well, let's save this again and launch. Nothing. Interesting. You would think that we would be able to tell this thing to do stuff, but apparently, no. So, let's hop to the Space Center and see if we can load up a satellite of some description. Z-map satellite, Super Heavy Lander, Space Station Core, Rover, and Sky Crane. Let's try the satellite here. Take a look at that. Okay, so that one's fairly simple. And if we have a look at the top here, we will notice that there is a satellite. I cannot identify most of these, but I can assure you it's probably quite scientific. But let's see if we can attach something to it to help us, which I believe will be this, to help us in getting it to work. Where to attach this? Okay, well, let's just jam it there and send it to the launch pad. Clear the launch pad. Yeah, the Kerbol 10 was one I tried to get into space, but that didn't work out too well. Okay, so now we actually have some control, which is good. So, let's see if we throttle up, and we hit stage 1. Let go. Engage the SAS and the RCS. Keep this thing straight. Ideally. Okay. Now we need to hit about 100,000 meters. We're at about 3 now. And we're almost out of solid fuel, so those boosters are going to have to kick off soon. Still moving. Still doing nicely. 8,000. 9,000. I don't think I can time accelerate much while I'm here. Oh, no, I can. Yeah. One slight problem is that time acceleration will cause some stress on your machines, so, if this explodes soon, we don't why. 27. We're exiting the atmosphere. I don't know if we've got an orbit yet. Stop that grid. Okay. and we are at 100,000 meters. Okay, so let us take a look. Now we need to turn to our apoapsis. We need to turn about 90 degrees, so let's turn those off. Okay, and just feather it around so that I can hit that one. It is very light, so this does not take much. I need to burn. Ooh, do we not have anything to burn? Astonishing, we don't actually have anything to burn. There we go. We need to turn, really, don't we? So we'll cut that. And let's go 90 degrees that way. Now throttle up. There we go, that's more like it. Okay, so that's giving us an orbit. Very, very slowly, but it's giving us an orbit. And now we're out of fuel. Ah, what a tremendously successful thing we have here. Well, throttle off, because you have no idea where you are or what you're doing. Okay, well that's going to the Ares 4C, so that's good. That means we temporarily have something we can use. So let's go to the Space Center. And over to the space planes. Can we not go to the... Let's go to tracking then. That might give us a shot to go there. Okay, Ares 4C. Standing by to launch. Let's go to it. And we're apparently out of contact still. List of comsats. Has antenna, 1 satellite dish above Kerbol. And I can't tell it to do a dang thing. I may have to go away for a bit and see if I can figure out what the juice to do here. I definitely need to see if I can get some satellites into orbit. But for a quick intro video, and since this is going to take me quite a while to throw together, let's just go back a bit and see what we can find in the stock machines. So let's go to the Space Center. And actually, let's go to the spaceplane hangar and see if there's any stocks that might help us there. Let's see if we see Albatross, Raven Spear, Rocket Power VTOL, Auto-saved ship, that's for one of mine. Raven Spear Mark IV. Let's give that a look. Looks very similar, doesn't it? Okay, well let's give this a shot. I don't know if this will actually manage to make it to space, because those appear to be all jet engines. And jet engines only work in the atmosphere, especially if there's oxygen. Let's give it a shot, see what we can find. Okay. Let us turn up the throttle, the ignition. There's chatter going in the background. Let's try and tilt this up. Oh, that's not going well. Oh, we're going to die. Oh, no, we're actually going up, we're going up. No, we're going in the water. And we're amazing. Not the best of beginnings. Liftoff, cockpit splashed down hard and was destroyed. Bill Kerman was killed! No, Bill! Don't worry, I'm sure there's plenty more where he came from, but Bill! No! Not the Kerbols, not the Kerbols! So yeah, that's one of the things I'm trying to avoid, is killing Kerbols. I want as minimal a death counter from this as possible. Let's see what we can do with this. So we know that has a satellite. And apparently we can't control anything without one. So let's detach that. Get a Mark II cockpit. Connect that. And connect that. So now we have a pseudo-probe-driven manned ship, which should be able to be okay without signal. Okay. Now we have Bob Kerman, it seems. It's not the flight computer. Yep, and Bob can control this for us. So let's take a look. There's our there's our very doomed satellite. Okay. Right. And let's go back here. So throttle is up. Firing. SAS on. And tilt this up a little bit so that we will eventually take off. Very carefully, because I've done this before and killed everyone, including Bob, who is about to fly high off there anyway. Come on, pick up. Oh, hit the wrong button, that's why. Okay. We're above the water now. Let's get the struts up. Okay. Very carefully tilt this thing up. I share your trepidation, Bob. I share your trepidation. Okay. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. We've still got a lot of fuel. We haven't passed 1,000 meters yet. We're also not pointing very far up either. Okay. I'm using the SAS as a very distinct crutch here. Okay, we're doing alright. Getting higher up, let's take a look at our trajectory. It's not pleasant right now. We haven't engaged all of the engines yet, so that's good. And that third engine is solid fuel, so that'll burn even with even outside the atmosphere. 1,000 meters. Yeah, this throttle thing here is what you use to tell distant ships to do things, which is pretty good. You can tell to do all sorts of stuff. So we're not using that just yet. Okay, 2,000 meters, and we're still good for fuel, but let's try and get a little higher. The closer to a straight up point we can get, the better we'll manage with our actual fuel. Our atmosphere looks pretty good there. Okay, 3, approaching 4. I really want to save the solid fuel until I get into orbit, where it will be the only thing running, but I think we'll have to use it before then. Because the atmosphere is going to start running thin very soon. 5,000. Okay, we're actually getting a curve now, that's good. 6. Let's accelerate a little bit. 7,000. 8. 9. Very unhappy about this. Past 11. Plenty of fuel. Just watching that atmosphere take away. Now these jet engines will work worse the less atmosphere they have, so this isn't going to end particularly well. So I'm going to powering down. Yep. Oh, I need to get this. Okay, I need to get this under control. Because he is not going to like this when he gets back down. And I have no RCS, so I cannot control this now until it gets back into the atmosphere. But how do we manage? Yeah, not too bad actually. Yeah, I can't control this now. I don't have SAS or RCS.
What? No.
Oh, I might, actually. Oh, that's a bad direction to be going. Okay, we're now upside down. Bob, you have permission to look very terrified.
What?
Okay, well, let's power up then. Let's just send him into the Drake here. Bob, I'm sorry to tell you this, but you've been fired. The guys and I had a conversation about this over lunch, and we feel that you're just not really what the New Sunrise project is looking for. So I'm afraid you kind of have to go. But we don't really want the big media scandal that we're just firing a guy because he's too panicky. So we're just gonna kind of maroon you over the ocean. That's assuming that you live, of course. So enjoy that. Goodbye, Bob. Yep, bye. And there he goes. Okay. Well, I guess that's it for this episode of Kerbol Space Program, so I shall catch you next time. Hopefully I will have sorted out the comms issue. So see you then. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and or a favourite. Follow me on Twitter and subscribe to be notified of future updates. You can also check out the website where most other content is uploaded. That's all for now, catch you later.